Hi everyone, Mary Ayres here from tapintoaction.com, and I want to bring you some resources while we are going through this challenging time around the corona virus. And so there are a tremendous amount of emotions that are going to come up. What I want to encourage people to do is to just continue to tap. There are a lot of resources out there. I'm adding resources. We want to really support you. We want to support each other. So we're just going to do some things that will help bring our anxiety down. And anytime we can disrupt that pattern of just feeling the intensity of fear and worry and anxiety, we are going to help ourselves, our body, and people around us. We will actually raise all of our collective unconscious if we can release some of that tenseness and fear. And I'm going to come up with a lot of different topics, not necessarily in this video, but I'm going to be doing a lot of different topics just to support you, to help relieve what some of those triggers are. In particular, this one we're going to be talking about going to the market or having supplies and having enough and what will happen. I've gotten so many emails from people who said, I get so triggered by those empty shelves at the market or looking at my cabinets and wondering, am I going to have enough? What we're really feeling, those things are triggering it, but what we're really feeling is scarcity. And scarcity gets equated with survival. We know that. Intellectually, it makes sense to us. I'm not telling you something you don't know or you haven't said to somebody else. However, it's our body. Our body gets on that hyper alert. And I know that you probably do this because I've done it too. We start making these little mental movies of a future problem of what if I can't get this, what if I can't get that? And we start to feel that tension right now. Even if we're okay in the moment, we can feel future tension now. So we're going to do some tapping on the idea of scarcity. Let me expand that for some people. If your market's not your thing, let me expand it. Because the other area that we can get, the idea of scarcity can very well be time or privacy. If you are now working from home and you've got the kids home and you've got a spouse home and everybody is working from within the home and we are in that container, scarcity of time, scarcity of space, scarcity of an ability to feel like you can refuel, to withdraw, and to not have confusion going around you all the time. Still scary, still scarcity. Okay? So find your little trigger. What is your trigger that makes you feel, that there won't be enough? I'm not going to be able to have what I need. I'm not going to be able to get my needs met. And I'm sorry to kind of get you into this. Probably you're already there if you're watching this. But know that we're not going to stay there. So feel it for a second. I won't leave you there long. If you can, measure it. 0 to 10, 10 being high. And also look at what your body does. Where do you feel this? I feel it here, just even talking about this. I was fine before I started this. I feel it here. We can very often feel it in our stomach, that second brain that gets to talking. The worry, you can feel it in our breath. Where do you feel it? Okay, because we want to measure this. If we can open it up a little bit, we can give ourselves, our body some rest, and we can also be more resourceful and be able to access some of the wisdom that we have about different things that we can do. So feel it in your body. Tap with me here. Just feeling that pressure, feeling the tightness, the squeeze, the heaviness, however it shows up for you. Even though I'm worried about having enough. I'm worried about getting my needs met. I'm just worried. And I'm going to accept myself right where I am. because I am still okay even though I'm worried. I'm still okay even though I'm tense. Even though there's a part of me that starts looking around and thinking way into the future about what I need. And will it be there when I need it? And what if it's not? How am I going to survive? And I acknowledge that this is where I am right now. I acknowledge it's not comfortable. I acknowledge I don't like feeling this way. And I'm still okay. I'm still acceptable. And even though I'm scared, and I feel like I can't move around, that time is closing in on me, and I don't have space. When I'm in the market, I don't feel safe. I don't know how to keep my distance. I need space. And possibly in my house, I don't feel like I have space. I don't feel like I can take care of myself the way I want to. And I acknowledge all those feelings. I acknowledge sometimes I have a conflict with those feelings. I acknowledge that sometimes I'm overwhelmed by all those feelings. I get it. This is a rough time. And I am permitted to feel what I feel. Even if I never had permission before to have my feelings, or I was told my feelings are too much, I'm going to give myself permission to acknowledge I am feeling what I'm feeling, and I am still a good person. I am still okay. All these triggers. The market is a trigger. Looking at those empty shelves, seeing those people walking around, everyone is tense. Everyone is scared. I feel their energy. They're worried. I'm worried. Is there going to be enough? How am I going to get my needs met? How am I going to get space and get my needs for food and water and healthy things? How am I going to get time to myself? When I'm scared like this, it's really hard for me to find a place of calm. And then I start thinking, will I ever find a place of calm again? Even feeling safe and calm feels scarce right now. Feels like it's not going to happen. Maybe it's just not going to happen for a really long time. that scares me. And I'm going to acknowledge how I feel, because it's okay for me to have feelings. As a matter of fact, the more I am honest with what I'm feeling, and I listen to myself, and I do something good for myself, I am already part of my own solution. Because I'm doing something to take care of myself. I am controlling things that are in my capacity to control, which is how I feel. And I'm not always good at it. That's not the measurement of success. I choose to know that I'm successful anytime I acknowledge that I'm feeling what I'm feeling. And I take any time to address how I feel in a way that makes me feel just a little bit better. So yes, I may be tense, at least at times. But when I disrupt all those old patterns and I create just a space of ease, a place of softness, I am in that time giving myself space. And I can breathe deeper because I can feel calm from an inside place. I don't have to wait for the world to get calm in order for me to feel calm. I can find my breath, ground myself in my feet, take a moment, do some tapping. I can put a warm towel around me and take a moment to hug myself and let myself know I'm here. It may not be the same. Certainly not the way I used to do it. But I'm discovering new ways to meet my needs. New ways to soothe myself. And that's what times like this need. I'm adaptable. Who knew I was so flexible? Look at me learning new ways to create space and to feel a little bit more calm. Take a breath, breathe in, feel your body. Did we solve all the world's problems? No, we didn't. Do you feel a little bit more expansive? Maybe it's not from that place of, scarcity. Not that you're seeing a whole bunch of new things that are possible, but the fact is maybe you're not feeling so tense and grippy. You just gave yourself some space. You did that. That's the control you have. Will it last? See, how often do you do it? I also want to let you know of another resource that I've been doing, and that is I've been doing weekly Zoom calls, live calls, where I'm tapping with people. The reason I want to do this is because this social isolation thing can really get to some people. Some people are just crowded at home. They would give anything for a little bit of social isolation, or at least some immediate isolation so that they can have some space. There are people out there who don't have people around them, and I want them to know they are not alone. So I am doing a Zoom call where we get to see faces or at least hear voices every week. And if you would like information on that, I call it Together We Thrive, because we are not just focused on our anxious feelings, we are bridging over and installing programs to help us thrive through this time. It is possible to do that. If you would like information on that, if you would like to attend them, you would like to be able to see the recordings, email me at mary@tapintoaction.com. I will send you the information so that you can join the group Together We Thrive, and you will get that information. And until then, you are not alone. We will do this together. We're going to do it, and we're going to thrive.